Welcome, my dear friends. Myself is Professor Dr. Rajendra Deshpande. I would like to welcome you all in the session of Rasa Shastra. My dear friend, this is our today's topic. Can you understand? Can you see on the screen? Very interesting topic. Today's topic is Rasa Shastra Evam Vaishajya Kalpana. We are talking about question papers, especially for the BMS students. So, in the viewers, there may be some teachers, there may be some students, there may be some common people. For everybody, this will be interesting. I am sure about it. Because the topic itself is interesting. Rasa Shastra. This topic is very, very interesting in the field of Ayurveda. Many foreigners are getting attracted. Oh, you are using mercury. You are using Ayurvedic alchemy technique. So this is something related with the mercury. The Rasa word is basically concerned with the mercury. Ayurveda has always saying that try to understand the meaning of anything with reference. Now Rasa word, are you getting Rasa? Rasa word, if you talk about Sharira Kriya or Ayurvedic physiology, it is concerned with the Rasa Dhatu. The first body tissue that Ayurveda has explained, Rasa Dhatu, the word is Rasa. If you talk about food stuff in the Swastharutta subject, if you talk about herbs or the plants, then what is the Rasa of the chapati or the wheat bread? What is the Rasa of rice? What is the Rasa of Guduchi plant? So what is that Rasa? Their Rasa word is referred as TASTE. जीप को जो जवान को आप मालूम पड़ता है टेस्ट कैसी है. What is the test? So TASTE test is also having the word Rasa in Ayurveda. But when you talk about Ayurvedic medicines, especially herbo-mineral medicines, then that Rasa word is indicating mercury. So all the mercurial products, it is not only mercury. It is a combination of herbs. It may be the combination of some different metals, but not in the raw form. There are very good positive things that are in the society about Rasa Shastra, and there are a lot of misconceptions about this particular branch of Ayurveda, that is Rasa Shastra. Especially the modern world, modern scientists, they are very much, confused. How Ayurvedic people can use the metals? Because they feel that the metals are toxic to the human body. Metals can cause hepatotoxicity. Metals can cause nephrotoxicity, chronic renal failure. My dear friends, this is on a scientific level, this is totally confusion and misunderstanding in the mind of allopathic doctors, in the mind of biochemistry people, in the scientific people or the scientist. Why this confusion arises? Personally, I feel, I request all these people, modern allopathic doctors, scientists, biochemists, foreigners, that they must little bit understand about the Ayurvedic science. Ayurvedic science has never used these metals in the raw form. They are converting these metals in a totally nanoparticle level, nanoparticle. So original metal has been lost, its molecular structure. It is totally new molecule. When I say I am using copper bhasma, tamra bhasma in tablet Arogya Vardhini. So when I am saying tamra bhasma, it is not only oxide of copper. It is something very much different. Various chemical reactions are there. Because first we try to purify, not try, we are purifying the metals. And after purification, with a lot of complicated biochemical processing or the chemical processing, we are converting them into such a particle, such a molecules that Arogyavardhini tablet does not have a single raw copper molecule or raw tamra metal. So this must be understood that final product Tamra is totally different than raw copper metal. If you understand this, if you try to study these things, then nobody will challenge this Ayurvedic science. Why there are misconceptions? Because the people are saying that we admit this particular patient, especially modern branch. I'm not criticizing any one person. I'm talking about general scenario. And they say that this person was taking some medicines for arthritis, Ayurvedic medicines for 5 years, 10 years. And we feel that because of these medicines, that particular person is landing into the renal toxicity. This is absolutely wrong. It is not because of the Ayurvedic medicines. There is something loophole. There is maybe some problem in understanding. For example, the patient may be consuming anything without any doctor's consultation, without any Ayurvedic Vaidya's supervision, taking the medicine of its own. Whether you take allopathy or Ayurvedic, this is wrong. And that is was there may be problem. Number two, whatever the medicines he was consuming may be not of that much quality, standardization. He may be purchasing some cheap medicines from any new pharmaceutical company. So Ayurvedic Vaidya is always prescribing some standard Ayurvedic company for purchasing medicine. At a personal level, when I practiced previously, past, present and future, I always recommend my patients, please purchase this Arogyavardhini from Vaidyanath or Ayurved Rasashala, Pune. Why I am saying like that? Because I have seen their production. I have seen this genuineness of these pharmaceutical companies. And that's why I'm getting convinced. Okay, these are the very good products. Okay. So these particular things one must understand that Rasashastra is definitely very useful science in concern with the Ayurvedic medicines. This is a progressive step in the history of Ayurveda. Previously, the Charak, Vagbhat at that time majoritarily many recommended formulations of medicines were having herbal base or the plant origin or animal origin, but very rarely they were using any metallic preparations. But next, in the 10th or 11th century BC, there was a revolutionary change in the Ayurvedic management because of the invention of Rasa Shastra and incorporation of that Rasa Shastra in the management of Ayurveda. So this is a particular thing. Now, why the people get fascinated to this particular Rasa Shastra or herbo mineral products? My dear friends, maybe students, maybe teachers, maybe laymen, kindly note. Any common people are also seeing, many patients are seeing my videos. So for them I am telling why that this particular Rasa Shastra is attracted by the even Vaidyas and by the patients. Number one, the action was faster. Action is faster than the single herbal tablet. Action is more fast, definitely. So when we need any acute management, when we want to treat any intensive care unit ICU patient, intensive care unit patient, emergency management, then better that you can use the Rasa Kalpa or Rasa products, herbo mineral preparations. Like for example, Hema Garbha Matra is very famous in the common man. Hema Garbhacha Chatan Dilo. So what is that Hema Garbha? Hema Garbha is a herbo mineral preparation. So it is given when there is a shock to the patient. There is a less blood supply to the brain. Heart is not working well. Your pulse is very low. In spite of 80, it is near about 60. your BP is dropping down, hypotension, pathological. In spite of 120, your BP is 60 by 10 or 50 by 20. This is called as a hypotension in the shock. So the modern doctors use the adrenaline injection, F-Corlin steroids. In spite, some Vaidyas are definitely successful by using Hemagarbhachi Matra, Satandya. You have to rub that Hemagarbha. This is a very good one. The first advantage that I am telling you of Rasa Shastra is a very quick action compared to single herbal tablets. Second advantage. What is the second advantage? The taste problem is lost because many herbs are bitter in taste and they are very difficult to consume. Very bitter taste. For example, I am giving you the example of Kutaki. Kutaki is the name of plant. Picrorhiza kuro. So if I give this particular plant for the liver problems, for the getting good pitta, is stimulating into digestive fire, we use the kutki, pitta rechak. That plant, one has to take 2 teaspoons 3 times in a day, 10 grams. Can you imagine how difficult it is to take bitter plant? But then, if I use kutaki with some metal, tamra bhasma or any other bhasmas of metals, and the tablet is formed, which is called as, please write down, Arogyavardhini, which is the best medicine in Ayurveda, best liver tonic, best metabolic stimulator, best immunomodulator, Arogyavardhini. This Arogyavardhini tablet is such an important tablet that used very sparingly a lot of times, from cold to cancer, from cold to corona, because it is acting on liver, and liver is the biggest industry in our human body. So Arogyavardhini, the name suggests Arogya and Vardhini. Arogya means health. Promoting the health of a human being is called Arogyavardhini. Very interesting name. That Arogyavardhini tablet contains 50% Kutaki. Can you understand? I am using the Kutaki, but with the tablet, so only 2 tablets 3 times in a day. How easy? When I was taking Kutaki, bitter. But now when I'm mixing and preparing the tablet, no problem of the bitter taste. Second advantage, palatability. Taking easiness is increased because of the Rasa Shastra. Arogyavardhini is a herbo-mineral Rasa Shastra tablet product. First, I told you action is quick. Second, I told you, what I told you? That it is palatability. So patient easily takes the tablet in spite of the herbal powders. This is general. Some people are also taking the powders also very nicely. They are getting more good results because powder is a more action than the tablet compared to tablet. But when I'm mixing herbo-mineral, the palatability, that is in scientific world, compliance of the patient. Response of the patient for the medicines is better. Results are better. So simple. So when I want to treat jaundice, in spite of using Kutaki, I use the Arogyavardhini and very good results. For jaundice, infective hepatitis A, in liver cirrhosis, in ascites, Arogyavardhini is good. So second, test problem has been lost. Number 3, what is that? Easy to carry, easy for taking. If you carry Kumari Asav, Khadirarisht, Dashamularist, all the liquid preparations. In information technology, computer people, when they go to offices, when the students are going to the schools, colleges, how difficult to carry the liquids. So in spite of the churnas, herbal powders, in spite of the liquids, these tablets are easy to carry and easy to take. And fourth important, the shelf life. Expiry date is more for the herbo-mineral preparation. For example, I take the Kutaki powder and keep it in my home. After 3 months, it will lost its potency, its functioning capacity. It will not work. Powder will be there, but if you take it, the results will not be good. But herbo-mineral, if I bring the Arogyavardhini, it can be preserved, well preserved for 2 years, for 3 years. Expiry date. Expiry date for herbal powders is always 3 months, maximum 6 months. Expiry date for the Rasakalpa, Rasa products, Rasaushadhi is longer, 2-3 years. I hope in this beginning, although we are discussing about question papers, that's why I'm telling you, I'm always giving the material for students, for teachers, for the patients, for the common man who are interested in Ayurveda. So please subscribe my YouTube channel. Okay, next. Now I will try to go to the PowerPoint presentation, if you don't mind. Okay, so here I will follow this PowerPoint presentation. Start from beginning. Okay, nice. Here we are, very big screen. Next slide. This is my mail ID, professordeshpande@gmail.com. My dear friends, anybody can contact me for various my paid services. I do online consultation for the patients. I do supply some medicines. I do this. Can you see here? Lifestyle counseling. I'm sorry. I will just go back. Lifestyle counseling. Cursor. Please follow my cursor. Lifestyle counseling based on Prakriti, Ayurvedic Prakriti concept. And Dr. Deshpande is doing also the palmistry. In addition to the medical consultation, Dr. Deshpande has learned a lot and is practicing palmistry. So anybody wants to know about his mounts and the lines, they can contact me for specific questions. Then I can take the students' classes, personal classes, freelance. It is not the, what you can say, the general classes. It's a specific, demand-oriented. Any student wants something topic, group of the students want something topic. Then I conduct the classes at the weekend or in the evening time. And for all these things, I request all of you, don't forget to share, to like, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks. Let us move further. Here, to begin with, I would like to appeal to the, what you can say, the central controlling bodies, for example, CCIM and Ayush, Central Council of Indian Medicine, central government, Ayurveda. Can you see Ayurveda? Then Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. Total combined, Ayush Department of Central Government India, that they can appeal to all universities that deans, vice chancellors, chancellor of the university, please upload your question papers after finishing the examination on your website as a digital material. Digital material. This is very essential. Now we are suffering from corona pandemic, but I think physical education can be supplemented with online sharing of the knowledge and material. Okay, so this is appeal. What is in this PPT? We have the question papers of the different years. For example, 2012. What is that W? W is for winter. What is that S? S for summer. Usually in Maharashtra state, India, we have the university MUHS. Can you read here? Maharashtra University of Health Science, head office at Nashik, Maharashtra state, India. So I have collected personally all these papers. I have typed for you DTP. I am made the PPT. I am uploading. I am sharing. Can you understand the genuineness and jigar or the desire, passion of Professor Deshpande to share and the knowledge and experiences? Next, first paper, describe Aushadha Sevana Kal. Aushadha Sevana Kal. Posology. Posology.